Hello everybody, Zaxtor99 back here with a quick update here on this Era of Survival game that I reviewed last week. Now, this game happened to come out Monday, February 17th while I was working, and at the start of my shift, I believe I did get a key from the developer by Keymailer, like I do for so many games that I review on Steam. So this developer sent me a key by Keymailer, and the game launched, and it was during my lunch break that I decided to go ahead and record a few moments of the game and kind of let people know what they were getting if they bought this game, because it was over $10 even on sale. $15 game on sale for $10.50. And I was like, let me go ahead and showcase some of this video, give it an early review based on my first few minutes. I only had a 30-minute break, but I spent that 30-minute lunch showcasing some video of the game, which turned into a M.I.S.S video because it was 7 minutes of just silent footage. I didn't have any words. I just recorded some gameplay, and I saw in the first, just a few minutes of the game that the game was terrible, unfinished, and just a sloppy asset rushed mess. So that was what I put up. 7 minutes of silent footage showing how bad the game was. It was easy to see. It was obvious that the game was bad. And I quickly wrote a review for the game saying, hey, here's a video. This game isn't finished yet, that kind of thing. So what happened here, guys, is that after I reviewed that game that afternoon on Monday, early Tuesday morning, I woke up to this. On the 18th, you see that my key that he had given me from Keymailer, which you can see right here, guys, Era Survival. This is Keymailer. This is where he gave me the key for Era Survival. You can see it is a Steam key that I used. It was on Keymailer, and it was, redeemed on February 17th. It's launch day. So the next day after I left that negative review, the developer went in and revoked my key. And so when I saw this message from Steam that my key got revoked after putting up that 7 minutes of silent footage showing how bad the game looked and a negative review, what I did is when I saw that he revoked my key, I updated my review that I had left the day before to basically show that, hey, update, after I made this video, the developer the next morning showed their ability to take criticism well. That was sarcasm. I said I didn't even talk at all in the video. I rather let the game speak for itself. But then I got this notice from Steam, and that's the key revoking that I just showed you right there. And so I updated this. Well, after I updated my review, the developer a couple of days later decided to respond to my review here on Steam. And his response here says, hello, Zaxtorian. We're reaching out to you because your key was revoked. Please contact us so we can provide you with a new key. See here for more information. Thank you for taking the time to review and help spread word about our game. Smiley face. I don't know why he's thanking me for being so hard at the game and leaving a negative review and making a video that makes the game look like the shit that it is. But hey, that's cool. So anyway, if we go to the community hub here, guys, he had a link there in his message, and he showed that he was linking to this forum post right here, keys being banned. So essentially, guys, you guys can go read this. I'm not going to read this whole post, but essentially what he's saying here is that a few days before the game launched, a PR company reached out to them for assistance in promoting their game, and he decided to go ahead and give them 10 free keys because their service had mixed results when he searched them up online, I guess. And so he gave them 10 free keys, and he said he found out that they were selling keys on Keymailer. Not Keymailer, but on GameFlip. Sorry, on GameFlip, a key selling website. Keys are being sold for half of the sale price, and so he thinks that was because of the 10 free keys they gave out to the promotion company. So he says here, because he found out they were selling the keys, that he decided to revoke some of the keys. So he said, I decided to take down some of the keys here, right, and revoke some of the keys. So what he's doing in this post, guys, is he's almost making it seems like he's writing this post. At least this is what it felt like to me. You guys can make your own decision on how to take this. You guys can read through this post if you want to, but it almost makes it seem like he is blaming the revoking of my key that he offered to me through Keymailer. Remember, it seems like he's trying to say that, hey, I bought a key on that website, that he didn't give me a key to review his game. I bought the key, and that's why he decided to revoke the key, which is complete hogwash. Really, I think he revoked the key initially because I left a negative review and made a negative video, and I was the first review on his game, remember, that made the game not look great. So I honestly think that's why he revoked my key, is because he's like, well, you son of a bitch, I gave you a key. How dare you make my game look bad, even with a silent video? So again, you guys can take that as you want, however you want. Maybe he did give out keys to a PR company and, just banned them, ban the keys, thinking that, I don't know. I have no idea what to make of that, but it almost seems like he's trying to act like the nice guy here and, not wanting to be known for, revoking my key just because I have a bad review. And once I showcase that in my review that I revoked the key, once I exposed him for that, it kind of seems like this was his response was, oh, well, I only revoked your key because I thought you bought it on a website. I thought you bought the key on a website, and Steam doesn't like, people buying keys for half the price, yada, 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 if you read that whole post. So anyway, guys, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and show you guys real quick. I left this game running the other day, and so that's why I get so much time in this game. But I want to go ahead and show you a couple things that I did do. I have played this game for a little bit, but not nearly this long. But I want to go ahead and show you I have played with the game a little bit more, and I want to show you something here, guys. So when we go to play the game, it is a Unity game, by the way. When we go to single player shows it's still in development. And if I go to multiplayer and I, go in my name, me, local address, it's my host, and if I even put in my own IP address here, it doesn't work. If I come in here, it'll come up and give me an error, right? So what you have to do is you have to exit to Windows, and you have to go into this game, right? So you got to come in here, you got to look up Era of Survival. And you got to go to the properties, and you got to go to local files. You got to look up this on your desktop or whatever, and you got to go to the local files of your game, of the Era of Survival. So here you've got to actually launch this server. So we can skip the nighttime here. You can change the speed increments and stuff like that, but you got to run this server before you're allowed to play the game, or before the game will actually work. There's no way the game will work if you don't run that server. So then, if we go back and we play the game again, we should get it to launch. So remember, single player doesn't work yet. The settings, there's no actual settings in the game. It just shows you the controls, is all it does. And that's all that is. There's no actual settings, there's no resolution, there's no audio sliders, there's nothing. So if we go into multiplayer now, and what I really want to do is, because it's been almost a week since we played the game, is I want to come in here and I want to see, guys, if he's done anything to keep, to fix any of these problems with the game that has been exposed. Now, 3 people, Road, who is my friend, who played this game because I talked about it the other day, he made a review on it in a video. In one of his live streams. And then English Teacher Plays also played this game, and English Teacher Plays showed how you could run off the edge of this flat map and just fall to your death. So there we see the edge of the world right here. And pretty much this whole map is just, really... I mean, he made some contoured hills here, and he put some rock assets, for cliffs or whatever in the game. But it's really, really, basic stuff here. The map is certainly nothing to write home about. So almost a week ago here, guys, I mean, even that looks really bad. And you know, running along the edge of the map looks really bad here as well. But the developer has seen 3 videos. I guarantee you he's seen all 3 videos that have been made on YouTube about his game from the reviews, because they're linked in the reviews. And it's been almost a week, and he hasn't even bothered to come in here and put an invisible wall around his... You can kind of see the map size there. He hasn't even bothered to go put an invisible wall of any kind around his map. So if you look at his Steam page, he says in early access or whatever, he says that the game has been being developed for, you know, for over 2 years. If he really cared about his game and how people were perceiving his game after launch, first of all, I don't think if he cared about his game, I don't think he would ever launch it in the state it's in. Secondly, if this developer cared even after launch, I think he would have came in here and in some way fixed it so people can't fall off the map. But let me go ahead and show you something else here, guys. This game is just so bad. It really is laughably bad. So if we come in here and we come up to a cliff here, right? Obviously you have clipping. I walk right through rocks, stuff like that. But then that looks like an impossible cliff to climb, right? You're like, there's no way to get up that. Well, if you come here, guys, and you just spam the spacebar fast enough at the edge of this cliff, what's going to happen is you'll end up gliding through the rock and stuff like that, but you will end up spamming your way up this cliff eventually. See how I'm clipping through the rocks and everything like that? And then, in just a few seconds here, guys, I'm up at the top of this cliff. And, yeah, that's a problem. But the developer doesn't seem to care enough about the game to keep this from happening. So, yeah, I mean, that's obviously a problem. So, now another big problem with the game here, guys, and I want to go ahead and... I like how you just, when you're falling, you just run. So I haven't taken any health damage or anything like that. So I was able to get down in just a couple of seconds as well, without any kind of heart, getting hurt or anything. Just totally ridiculous. So, other problems on this game is the fact that there's only like 3 wolves on the whole map. There's no other creatures. There's no bears. There's no, pigs or boars or, lions or zombies or nothing. There's 3 wolves that make a barking dog sound when they chase you. And the animations, as I showed in that first 7-minute trailer, are absolutely horrendous. So, another big problem with this game is that you have to, if you look at your inventory, right, you'll see that you have 100 wood to start with. And you don't have any kind of weapons. It takes 125 wood to make a simple axe. So what you got to come here, you do have hunger and thirst down at the bottom. At the, you see the chicken in the water on the right-hand side of the bottom UI there. So you have to come up and hit a tree 25 times just to be able to make an axe with this game. And it looks just silly, like I say. 121. Few more. 125. Perfect. So then we come in here and we hit this craft. And you have to wait 30 seconds for this. You can cancel it right there. I mean, I guess it's a nice foundation for an asset. Not an asset. A nice foundation for a survival game. But it needs so much work. And with what's here, guys, it's really hard to believe that this developer has been hard at work for over 2 years on this game, because there's just not enough here to warrant that. So we have wells that are randomly placed around this map as well, and I'm sure this whole well is just an asset. So we got our axe done. So you come up here and you right-click the axe, and it goes down to your hotbar, and then, I mean, look at the animations here, guys. There's your animation. So now I'm getting 5 times as much wood as barely hitting the tree with my hand. And, yeah. So we want to get some wood here because we have to make a wooden cup to be able to drink the water. You can't just go up to the well and click on it to drink. you actually have to come in here, and we have 125 wood, but we have to come in here and we have to craft this cup out of 50 wood, and that takes 30 seconds. So while that's crafting, we'll go ahead and hack some more wood here. And I don't want to make this video too long. I've already kind of showed how bad some of this stuff is in this game already. But we're going to come over here, guys. And we should have this cup being made here in a second. I want to show you how you drink. And to make a bed so you can respawn so you don't lose everything, takes 50 cloth and 150 wood. So we got our cup now, so we can hit the 2 button. We got our cup now, as you see there in our hand. And you put the little red cursor on the water, click, and you'll get this +2 drinkable water. And pretty soon this well will just disappear like that. And you'll have these 12 drops of water. So if you want to drink, you can kind of see your blue bar down here. You just click on it and you hit drink. You hit the drink button and you just drink a little bit at a time until your thirst fills up. All right. So now the first thing you want to do after I played this game for a while is I saw that you want to get some cloth so you can make a bed so that if you die, you can respawn. So there's more wells. So there's plenty of water around in these wells. Kind of the hardest things to find are like food and cloth. But if you find this little plant here, I believe this gives you plant fiber or something. Yeah. So you get +1 fiber. If you click on that and clean the cotton off, you get 10 cloth fiber. And it takes 50 of those to make a bed. So you basically got to find 5 of those plants like we just found to make a respawn bed so that you don't die. So if you die, you can respawn without having to completely restart. I don't think if you die, I don't think you can yeah, if you respawn, I mean, if you die, I don't think you can go collect your dead body again. I'm not 100% sure, but the map is also not that big, and it's also not that interesting. I mean, it pretty much all looks like this. So here's another big problem with this game, and this is why I'm saying it's hard to believe that this game launched, after more than 2 years of work. So we see we have 82% durability after hacking down those 2 or 3 trees I hacked down. Well, I don't have a pickaxe yet, and to make a pickaxe, you see it takes 150 wood. Not a big problem, because I can get that pretty quick with my simple axe. But 275 stone is what it takes just to make a pickaxe. Well, if I hit this rock with my axe, I get 3 stone. But look how much durability I lose. I lose like 7 durability or 6 durability every time I hit it on my axe. So one thing I saw is I was having to make like, I don't know, you'd have to make like, I figured you'd have to make 10 or 15 hatchets. And see, it just broke right there. And I only got 39 stone. So to get 275 stone, you're going to have to make like 10 or 15 axes just to get enough stone to make 1 pickaxe so you can actually get this stone quicker. So now I have 130 stone, so I barely have enough to craft another simple axe, so I'm going to have to craft more wood. Now there is one other way that you can get stone and wood, and that's to run along this flat asset map, if you would. It's not that big, and what you're looking for is like rectangular shaped pieces of stone and wood, and you can gather those for like 50 stone or 50 wood. So that's what I found myself doing when I was playing this for a little bit. I probably played it for 45 minutes or an hour, probably an hour, messing around with it. Like right there. So there is a block of wood. So if I pick that up, then I come over here and I break it, and I got plus 50 wood. And if you find a little block of stone like that, it'll give you 50 stone. But it seems like the stone's harder to find than the wood. What you need the most is stone, and there doesn't seem to be as much of it on this map, because I kept finding. Oh, there's our mighty wolf, or dog, or whatever it is. Maybe it's a dog, I don't know. But yeah. And he will just keep chasing me forever. And there's another dog out there. So I think you can run far enough away where he eventually will leave you alone. But yeah, I mean, that's really what you're doing here, guys, is you're running around here looking for this, this cloth so you can make a respawn point. And you're looking for this stone block so you don't have to break a whole bunch of axes to get enough stone to make a pickaxe. And it's pretty tedious and boring, especially since this is your only real threat, is these barking dogs that come after you. Now, of course, one thing I could do is I could just, jump up one of these cliffs. That'll be interesting to see if I can jump up a cliff to yeah, see, look at this. See if he can get up here. No, he's just gonna stand there and bark at me, it looks like. It'd be interesting to see if that dog can jump up here. I did try jumping off the edge of the world with one of these dogs chasing me, and the dog just stayed on the edge of the world. He did not follow me off the edge. So yeah, he's not able to jump his way up here like I did. I guess what I could do is I could just try to up. Okay. Yeah, I took some fall damage there, but I love how I can still hear him barking. Yeah. Okay, I think he finally gave up. And this is what I mean. I mean, this just looks stupid, to be honest. It really does. Running along the edge of the map. So this developer needs to put a lot more work in this, and if you guys can see where this developer might have put 2 years of hard work like he acts like into this game, then I would love to know how you think he spent, over 2 years making this, because I'm certainly not seeing it. Now, before we go here, guys, I do want to go ahead and show you a little bit more of what I did when I played this game earlier. So let me go ahead and go back to the main menu. And I just want to exit this whole game because I have a very short video of kind of how ridiculous this game is, showing you some more bugs and problems with the game from my earlier experience. We're going to go ahead and close down this server as well. And right here, guys, I have a video called EA Crap. You can see Sarah here was playing with me. So what do you see here, guys, is that I tried to craft my own little house, which takes a ton of wood. Well, I found that getting wood was a lot easier rather than making these hatchets and hacking at trees. It was a lot easier to just simply log off. So what I did is I created a bed, and I created a little storage box by my bed. And so what I did is once I crafted a bed and a storage box, I just logged off. I put all my stuff in the storage box, and then I logged off, and then I logged on again. And because you start with that 100 wood that you got, what I kept doing, guys, is I just kept logging off and logging on, and I'd go put my 100 wood in the storage box and then log off and then log back on again. And every time I logged off and logged back on again, you would see that it left an image of me in the world. And then you could take your axe and you could even kill yourself. So you could kill yourself and you would get 100 meat from it. And here you see I actually logged on to 3 different characters. I named one guy this, one guy that game, and one guy I named Sucks. And I brought him here and logged him out to make this game Sucks right here. The funny thing is that you can't walk through them. So essentially, I guess, you could stop yourself from falling off the world by creating enough characters all the way around the world. But we really shouldn't have to do that. The developer himself should be, putting in a wall or making a mountain or something like that around the edge of the map. But here we are a week after the game launched, and the developer has done nothing to prevent players from running off the side of the world, even though in all 3 reviews here, Road, English Teacher Plays, which is Mr. Jacobs on Steam, and myself have all shown videos of us falling off the edge of the map. It's the only 3 reviews on here, all negative reviews, and it just seems like this developer just doesn't care. I mean, it wouldn't be that hard to go in and put rocks around the edge of the map, or why not put these tall rock mountains on the edge of the map to at least try to keep people from falling off the edge of the world, and then do something to make sure that you have enough weight in your character to where you can't just spam the spacebar and jump up the top of one of these cliffs. There's just so much in this game that's completely broken. There's so much in this game that just feels like the developer doesn't have the talent to make the game that he's advertising and promoting here. And like I say, a lot of this stuff just feels like a blatant, outright lie. Era of Survival has been in development for over 2 years already. Uh, and, they're going to add metal to your base, like that even matters. More optimization, stuff like that. No, and then they're also going to increase the price as well, I do believe. So, yeah, yes, it will. Will the game be priced differently after early access? Yes. So he's going to increase the price from $15, even higher. And I just got to say, guys, if you're thinking about Era of Survival, rather than going with this developer who's made this really generic, buggy, flat, uninspiring, flat asset world for a survival game, there is a lot better choices here, guys, than Era of Survival. For $13.99, for $1 less than what this guy wants to charge right now, you can get this game made by another single indie developer who has made a fantastic survival game back in 2016. Since he's put it out, he's put in, the ability to play with friends. You can play online co-op with your buddies or whatever. There's really good AI that actually make their own bases and will come after you, and that you can raid their bases and all kinds of stuff. This game, even when it launched, was phenomenal. I remember playing this game when it first launched as well. As you can see, came out on October 25th. I played it on October 25th, gave it a positive review because the game it was fun to play. It felt way more finished. You couldn't run off the edge of the map. So, to the developer of Era of Survival, what I would do for your game right now is do something like this developer here did for his game. So if you look at Subsistence, what this Subsistence has is it's a lot bigger map than you can actually play on. So I would make your map bigger for Era of Survival. And then what I would do is do something maybe like what this guy did. And this guy had like a chain link fence, a really tall chain link fence that you couldn't pass through around the playable area. That way you could never even see the edge of the map. So to the developer of Era of Survival, if you really care about your game, if you really care about what people think of it when they see it, that would be a first step, is make your map bigger, like make it twice as big, and then on the area you have now, put like a chain link fence around it, something that's impossible to spam jump over. And then that way players can't see the edge of the map, because seeing the edge of the map looks really, really bad. But I feel like I'm just blowing hot air right now when I'm talking to the developer about how to fix their game, because honestly, I don't think the developer of Era Survival, I honestly don't think he gives a shit. I hope he proves me wrong, but that would be an easy fix for fixing your game so that players can't see the edge of the map. Make the map a lot bigger, but not the playable area. On the playable area, just put a big, really tall chain link fence around the playable area, and test it, make sure that players can't spam jump. Also, I think all you need to do is give your character more weight or something. If you give your character more weight, in your Unity, I know you can give assets weight. If you give your character more weight, you probably won't be able to spam jump up to the tops of the cliffs. I don't know, maybe somebody that works with Unity could better explain that. I haven't ever worked with Unity, so maybe somebody else could better explain in a comment down below what needs to be done to prevent a player from spamming the spacebar and jumping up one of those cliffs. But I'm sure it's a super easy fix to prevent that. Just like, making the map bigger and putting some kind of border around the playable area so players never see the edge of the map. Little things like that go a long ways to showing that you care about your game. Anyway, if you guys have stuck this out and listened to this whole video, let me know what your thoughts are down below. Let me know that you watched this whole video. I'd love to know, guys. But anyway, I just wanted to go ahead and update you guys on this game, my thoughts on this game since my first, review of the game was just a 7-minute silent video. I didn't talk at all, but I'll let you guys kind of form your own opinions. Do you think the developer, uh, posted the response to my review, just because he wanted to seem like the nice guy, and that, like, he didn't ban my key intentionally because of the negative review, blah blah blah. Let me know what your thoughts are on all that. I'd love to know. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. This has been Zaxtor99 and another update to one of my negative reviews. Peace out, everybody. Have a good one.